I am sitting on a chair and the guy who's examining is sitting right next to me. And I'm still like, I have this. I have this certification. It's mine. And he said, it's not good enough. Hi and welcome to I Have No Clue the podcast. And I named this podcast this way because who does have a clue in life or in business or anything? I'm Cornelia van Kranenburg and I am a former environmentalist, earth scientist. I'm in love with planet Earth, but I'm also in love with personal growth and business. And that is what this podcast is about. So let's dive in. I'm sitting there on a chair, the examinator next to me, and I'm still, I have this certification. I have my license, my papers right now. And he said, it's not good enough. I think we all experience failure on some kind of level. And I did it like a couple of months ago for my certification training, but I also experience it sometimes on a daily basis that things do not go as I want to. I didn't sell my course as much as I wanted to, or my advertising doesn't work as good as I wanted to. All kinds of failures that you can experience in your business, right? Or in life as an entrepreneur. And the last big failure that I had was the examination that I had 3 months ago. I worked so hard. A year before this training program started for public speaking, for training people with the tool of neuro-linguistic programming. And neuro-linguistic programming is some sort of practical psychology. I have the tools and the techniques to make a lot of hard stuff in your life simple, like changing some beliefs and getting new habits or becoming okay with stuff that happened in the past. They have really good techniques for that and makes it really simple. Okay, enough about NLP. I'm working so hard towards this examination. But when I started out on this training program, I knew I wanted to learn these skills for my business. And as it goes with a lot of training programs that I follow, I enter with something and like after 5 minutes, this changes to I'm going all in. I want everything and I want it all. Because at the first day, I wasn't planning on getting the certification. I came from a year of being really sick, a burnout, anxiety, and I dealt with all of that and my energy levels were definitely not where they were supposed to be. Actually, the first day of this training program was the first day in a year that I did something with other people from 9 to 5. And as this program continued, like every month we had 3 days of training, I became more enthusiastic. I thought, I want this, I want all of it. And I started to practice and 2 times a week with my buddies to learn all these skills and to integrate them really well. So I could get this certification. That was the only thing that I had in my head, this certification. I need to get it. I think even the connection with why I wanted to do this for my business and learning these skills because I could make better online courses, that was just a little bit out of the window. My business also was on a low. I didn't really put a lot of time and effort in because I wanted to get to this certification and I wanted to get these papers. And when the actual day came of the certification, it was 3 days. And the first day I was super nervous. I was really, truly, really nervous. And that reflected a little bit on the quality of my training. It wasn't really there, but it was good. It was good enough to pass to the next day. And the next day I was also really nervous. Like, fuck, how am I going to do this? I have to demo a technique and I did it. According to the book, I did it. Still, I wasn't really there. I was too nervous. And then I did something on that second day to make sure that the third day I wouldn't be as nervous. I did some sort of NLP technique on myself and it changed. The third day I was really, really there. And I prepared this super ambitious training for the topic that I had to teach. I thought this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. On the third day, I put a lot of time and energy in to make myself become relaxed or relaxed enough to do this. And I did it. I was there. I thought it was good. I really did. And I sat there on the chair waiting for them to come to a verdict. Have I made it? Have I actually gotten my certification on the last day or not? And the guy came sitting right next to me and he said it's not good enough. And the first thing I thought was, I don't get it. If you ever experienced failure, like sometimes it's, I don't get it. What the hell went wrong? And so yeah, that was the very first thing. And he started explaining. I was like, okay, I still don't think this is how it should have gone. I still think I deserve this fucking papers. When this all was done, I was really angry. I was extremely angry and I actually cursed. There came a lot of curse words out of my mouth. But it was okay. I think it's good to, like, after you've gone over the shock of what the hell just happened, I don't get it. It's natural to become angry. It's really natural to become angry. And it's fine. I think you also need to feel the anger because then it's just out there and it's done. And after that, I was really sad. I was really sad. I cried a lot the whole evening and was shaking terribly cold. Well, it wasn't even cold. I had all these feelings, and the next day grief came along. Grief of, this is not how it's supposed to be. Fuck, I wanted this so bad and now I don't have it. I have to wait 7 months for the next option to get certified. I cannot do what I planned because I planned to get a gig as a trainer somewhere and I thought I need these papers for that. I really do. I really need them. It felt like everything around shattered. My whole plans just were gone. Completely gone. That's painful. It can be really painful. And I talked to a lot of people about it, about what happened, why didn't I get this, about how to go anywhere further in my life and change the direction that I'm gonna go in. And every time I talked about it, I got some new insights. I got new things. I am learning from this. Maybe this is a good experience. I never did grief this way. Never. I always sat alone in a corner and like nobody talked to me. Wait until I fix this shit by myself. And this time I didn't do that. I got around and I asked a lot of people and I talked to a lot of people so I could really reflect on myself, what I did wrong. I was a little bit too ambitious. I think sometimes when you want something really badly, it's also good to play it a little bit safe. That what you do is a almost guaranteed way to get there. I think it's really good to have super ambitious goals, super ambitious plans. But when you really want to reach it, make sure you use a plan that is proven, it has some sort of scientific thing. If you want to, for instance, you want to sell 10 courses and you know, okay, I need to reach 100 people because my conversion rate is 10%, then you have like a set plan, right? It's almost guaranteed you will get there. And in my case, I had to teach a topic that was honestly not the most easy topic in NLP land. And I made a super ambitious training instead of going back to the basics and just teach the fucking basics. If I would have done that, I definitely would have had my certification in my hands right now. And I don't. So it was a little bit too enthusiastic. That sometimes happens. And there's nothing wrong with having a good goal, but the way to get there, that shouldn't be too ambitious. That's how I look at it. I love ambitious goals, but the way to get there, if I take all these steps it's almost guaranteed that I will get there. And when something big happens as a failure, like not getting my exams was a really big life-changing event, maybe even, then there's a lot to learn from this. But when it is something small, there's also something to learn from it. It just doesn't take 2 months. After a couple of weeks, I really felt, okay, the universe is putting me back on the path where I need to be. Go for everything that is my business, my life, my ideal scenario in life. That's the way to go. And it's not teaching a lot of live trainings here in the Netherlands. It is more teaching the online ones to you guys, to my clients, because that's what I like the most. To me, the world is my playground. It's not just the Netherlands, which is why I'm doing this internationally in English, so everyone can get here. And I really think that's important. Taking the lessons out from it and thinking, okay, that needed to be done. That needed to happen for me to get where I am today. And then it's like, do you still want to make it happen? After the reflection, I think almost immediately I knew I wanted to try again. And that will be still in a couple of months. I will do this new training, but I have used all these skills because I use them every day. I use them in every course I teach. I use them in recording this podcast. I use them when I make a story for Instagram. I use these skills on a daily basis. And for sure, I will not do something weird. I will just stick to the plan, make it super easy, super simple, so I can actually pass all the exams, all 3 of them, instead of just 2 out of 3. Because mind you, I have to do all 3 days again. It's not just 1 day. That would have been nice. That would have been really nice, but that's not the case. I have to do all 3 of them again, which is totally fine. I guess I wanted to say with this podcast, like some stuff, some bad stuff, it can happen in your life, in your business, when things do not go the way that you want them to go. And it can be anything. But when this happens, feel the fucking anger, the sadness, the grief that comes along with it, all the emotions. And then reflect, okay, where can I learn from this? Because if you don't learn from it, then you're going to make the same mistake again. And that would be very sad. Then there's no growth. Then there's no growing your business. Then there's no growing as a person. There's no growing as the entrepreneur version of you. Learning from your mistakes, learning from data, learning from anything that's on your path. That's important. Because that makes you better as a person. It doesn't make you feel stuck at the same point. You can be in a room with like 10 doors out of it and the first door doesn't work, then you try the next one and then you try the next one. Maybe even like the 10th door that is gonna make it happen. That's the trial and error that you need to, the trial and error you need to do. Yesterday I was with a friend of mine and she has a kid from I think 1.5 years or so. And she wanted to climb on the couch. And she had this small stool that you could step up and then get on the couch. And the first time she fell, crying. Second time she fell, crying. Third time she fell, she cried. Fourth time she fell, she cried. We put the stool away back to where she got it from. And she got up, she got it back, she put it somewhere at a different spot along the couch. She tried again. She continued to try until she got it. And then she did it twice, 3 times more. Like, I can do this is fun. And I looked at her and I thought, this is how it works. This is how we are programmed from the beginning, to try again. When you fail, you try again. When you fail, you try again. When you fail, you try again. And somewhere along the way, we lose that. We think failing is bad. Well, actually, I think failing is really good because it teaches you something that will make you a better person, that will teach you more skills, become a better human being. And that's, I think, what happened when I failed the examinations a couple of months ago. I became better. I became better at my business. I became better at training. I got new opportunities and I love those. So it was good. it was good that I failed these exams, and in a couple of months I will do them again. I still have this belief that I can't fail. I had that for the first examinations too. I can't fail. And I still believe that because I just try over and over again until I get it. Do you have a friend who experienced something similar and needs to hear this, needs to listen to this? Please share the podcast. Let them know. Become their hero. Tag me on Instagram. Show me where you listen to this. I would love to see that, and spread the word so we can create a better world together.